4G LTE connectivity, a 1.4 gigahertz processor, and a Super AMOLED display, all in a $49.99 price point. I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com, and that is the Samsung Focus 2. Let's take a look at it in the unboxing. Well, hello there, Samsung Focus 2 with your 4G LTE connectivity. Now, this thing is coming on May 20th for $49.99, and Samsung and AT&T realize that 4G LTE is the wave of the future. This thing's packing LTE connectivity, and it's packing some pretty decent specs as well, all for $50. That's right, for $49.99, you can get this device when it's available in retail stores on May 20th. It's only going to be available in white, but it still packs some pretty killer specs. A 1.4 gigahertz single-core processor. Yeah, single-core it may be, but still a single-core processor with Windows Phone, more than enough. A 4-inch Super AMOLED display with 480 by 800 pixels, a 5-megapixel camera with 720p HD video recording, and a 1,750 milliamp hour battery, which should be large enough to withstand that 4G LTE drain that you're going to get, and you always get, with LTE connectivity. Quick start guide, but before we get into the unboxing, let's give some love to Best Buy Mobile because they hook us up with phones like this, like the Galaxy Note, like the iPhone 4S, and more for use in our One Paw Bandit game, which we turn around and give to you on the site. When you go into Best Buy Mobile, you'll walk out working. They're going to help you set up your email, your web, get all these stickers off the device for you. So when you walk out the door, you're good to go at Best Buy Mobile. And a special thanks to Samsung as well for hooking us up with a review unit. Texting and driving, it absolutely can wait. That is very, very true. No real sticky noise from the sticker, but hey, that's okay, right? You've got the Samsung device here. It looks like a typical Samsung device. You got your power button over on the right side, your camera shortcut button down here. Like I said, 5-megapixel camera with 720p HD video recording. Then you have a volume rocker over here on the side, your micro USB charging port at the bottom, 3.5mm headphone jack at the top, and then a little Qualcomm 4G sticker there. So a really clean, good-looking device that fits in line with Samsung's existing portfolio. No real changes to the design, and because it is a 4-inch display and a Super AMOLED display at that, which is pretty cool. But a 4-inch display, it fits well in the hand. It kind of reminds me of the LG Viper 4G LTE, which I've had for a couple of days and did the review on yesterday on the site and on YouTube at youtube.com/phonedog. Fits well in the hand, not too big like the Galaxy Note, and not too small. It seems like a nice balance for a lot of people. And again, yeah, I keep going back to the price point. $50, can't go wrong. $49.99, that's a steal, and that's a nice price point for Windows Phone. So when you really look at it now, they've got a couple of different price tiers. They've got $49.99 for this, they've got $99.99 for the Lumia 900, and they have $199.99 for the Titan 2. So whichever Windows Phone it is you want, whichever features you want, AT&T has an option for you on their network. Health and safety and warranty guide for Samsung Focus 2. Windows Phone, don't throw that card away. Seriously, do not throw this card away. And then in the box you get some earbuds, which actually I've always been pretty impressed with Samsung's earbuds. Out of the, considering most manufacturers don't even include earbuds in the first place, the ones that do are often kind of low end. I like the fact that these are in-ear earbuds, as you can see right there, and they've got some nice tips to custom fit your ear. Then out of the box you get a USB cable. Ooh, that's exciting. And then an AC adapter module as well. So nothing too wild and crazy out of the box, but again, I keep going back to the price point, $50. I'll take some earbuds. That's a pretty good deal. And a pretty good value proposition. Welcome to AT&T. Thank you for purchasing a Samsung Focus 2. You know, you're welcome, AT&T. I didn't purchase it, but that's okay. You know what? We're going to roll with it anyway. Quick start guide going back in the box. That's going to the side. Let's take a look at the Samsung Focus 2. So out of the gate here, 1,750 milliamp hour battery. Let's see how to remove this. Yeah, there we go. Put the fingernail over there. Battery right there. Micro SIM card. Interestingly enough, keep that in mind. Micro SIM card on this device, and there's your 1,750 milliamp hour battery. We're going to go ahead and pop this back in, and then we're going to press and hold and turn it back on. Make sure you get the battery door all the way back on the device. So Samsung starting up now. I know you want to see that splash animation that starts up, but the white's a really good looking color. You got a back button, a home button, and then a search button here. Samsung mobile logo starting up there. And the chrome and white go really well together, so it is a decent device. Front-facing camera here as well, and it's starting up Super AMOLED display, so it should be a really gorgeous display. Windows Phone starting up right now. We saw this at CTIA 2012 in New Orleans last week, and we got a quick hands-on with it. But now we're going to get to spend some really in-depth time with it and kind of see what makes this thing tick. So out of the box, you get the typical AT&T stuff. You're going to get that text message. Oh, we already got it. Never mind. Windows Phone. And don't miss our 5 hot tips. And then, of course, out of the gate, you get the AT&T stuff. Code scanner, family map, navigator, UVerse mobile, all of which should be able to be uninstalled. So yeah, you can uninstall that stuff. But again, a reasonable performance here. 1.4 gigahertz processor is going to be nice for $49.99. Really great value proposition, and I know I keep harping on that, but hey, 50 bucks, this is going to be a good device for mom or for dad or for somebody that's moving into a smartphone for the first time, or maybe you want to trial Windows Phone, but you don't want to spend 200 bucks. This could be a good device. Go in the AT&T, add a line, pick up this bad boy for 50 bucks, and roll with it. My AT&T is well pre-installed, and of course the typical Microsoft stuff, music and videos. Now, which is a Samsung application, we'll load up Daily Briefing, which has been rebranded as Now in the menu there. And we'll say, yeah, we're going to allow it to use our location. And then you can see weather, news, stocks, and then currency, top tweets, and settings all in one place. So that's always a nice little feature. HTC has their hub feature, and then Samsung has their Now/Daily Briefing feature. I'm going to add that slash in there because you don't know what it's called. Now/Daily Briefing. But you have Office as well. Of course, the Xbox functionality as well. Games, Xbox Live, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at the messaging really quickly so you can see what the keyboard looks like. You got your stock Windows Phone keyboard here, no real changes, but obviously 4-inch display, depending on what you're coming from. I think it's a perfect size. And we'll say the Quick Brown Fox is ready for a cup of coffee. Cup of coffee. Quick Brown Fox is ready for a cup of coffee. Transition effects are nice and fast. Portrait landscape, always a great experience in Windows Phone, and continues to do so on the Samsung Focus 2. You'll see LTE connectivity up there as well. Take a look at that. And you can see the battery meter. Now, one frustration that I've always had with Windows Phone, it continues over onto this device, not necessarily a Focus 2 issue, but a Windows Phone issue. You can't keep the signal strength indicator up at the top by default, nor can you keep the battery life meter up at the top. You'll notice it always goes away. There's no setting to get rid of that. The only time you will see it is when you're in AT&T, and forgive me while I pull it away to make sure one of the PR people didn't make a phone call or anything, so I don't want to show their number on camera, but you see it there when you're making a phone call or when you're in the dialer, but outside of that, you're out of luck. Now, Windows Phone, one of my favorite features, and if you watch my Lumia 900 videos during the 30-day challenge, you'll know this, is the People Hub. I absolutely love the People Hub. It's a great source of information. I can set up an account here. I can get connected on Facebook and on Twitter and see my updates directly through the People Hub. So it's all about bringing it into one application, and you can do that on the Samsung Focus 2 with Windows Phone. Now, of course, you can do some customizations out here as well. This is your home screen, and it's Metro UI. Look and feel here. Windows calls it, or Microsoft rather calls it Metro UI. It's supposed to look like subway tiles, but you'll notice again, some are rectangular, some are square. You can't change the way they look. So if I can see a case, for example, where messaging could be rectangular. Well, it's not, and it's not yet. Hopefully, we'll see some of these updates in Windows Phone 8 or some of the future versions, maybe of Windows Phone 7. So it looks like a good device. It's going to be great to work with it in the offices for a couple of days. Stay tuned for the full review of the Samsung Focus 2 on PhoneDog.com. In the meantime, be sure to like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/PhoneDog. We're always doing cool stuff on there, talking about devices, getting your input on stuff like this. So be sure to like us, Facebook.com/PhoneDog. Hey, hit me up on Twitter as well, and let me know what you think at PhoneDog_Aaron. Let me know if you like the Focus 2, if you'd go for something else, maybe a mid-range Android phone on AT&T. Let me know. PhoneDog_Aaron, and on Facebook at Facebook.com/PhoneDogAB. Much more coverage to come on the Focus 2, so stay tuned to PhoneDog.com.